Hey guys, good evening to everyone. Thanks for joining. And apologies first of all. So my meeting is extended up to 7:40. Yeah, apologies for that. Yeah, almost we completed firewall topic under network security. So practical session is pending. So for every device normally, what are the couple of initial configurations we have to do? It's not about only just firewall. So first thing is for every security device or any tool basically. So we have to assign one of the management IP address. So this is also called as a host name of the device. So example, if you want to access the device through remotely, so that time we will use this particular management IP address or host name of the device. Okay, so that is first thing. Second thing is what we have to define. We have to integrate with the primary DNS and secondary DNS. So this is the second step. Integrating with primary DNS and also secondary DNS. So this one thing we have to do. Third one is integrating with Active Directory. With AD. So that is nothing LDAP configuration. We have seen this one in the ADR tool as well. Next one, even we have to integrate with anyone. What is the server? Another server? What is another server?
SMTP service.
What is that?
SMTP.
Yes, excellent. SMTP server to receive the alert notifications. So that is about couple of initial things we have to do. And later, based on the respect to tool wise, we have to go on to we have to do additional configurations. So that will show you practically. So coming back here, licenses we discussed, correct? What are the licenses we have to purchase? Firewall licenses. Did we discuss firewall licenses?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we have to purchase antivirus licenses. We have to purchase the VPN license. We have to purchase malware scanning license. We have to purchase URL filtering.
IDS, IPS.
IDS, IPS, Wi-Fi. Then also premium
Spyware.
support. Yes.
Network
Yes.
DLP.
Right.
Support.
So these are a couple of licenses we have to purchase. That is additional cost. Okay. So now coming to actions. So what is the actions in monitor tab for any request or session? It is going on inbound traffic and outbound traffic as well. Example, whenever any request or transaction or session is going either inbound traffic or outbound traffic, what are the different types of actions normally will be defined? One is obviously allow, block. Next one is a reset. Reset, nothing but it will drop the packet and it will reinitiate the connection once again, freshly or newly. Next one, we have packet dropped. So alert notification. So these are the couple of things. What about ADR tool? What about ADR tool? Actions on ADR side.
Block allow.
Only block allow? Wrong. In EDR side, whenever user is trying to download the file, what are the different types of actions will be done by EDR tool?
Allow, block and clean is there, no, sir?
Yeah, allow, block, clean. One more. One more. Quarantine.
Yes.
Quarantine, clean, allow, block. So these are all, any vendor to vendor, it will vary, but these are a couple of actions will be defined under EDR tool. Under the firewall, once again, vendor to vendor to, it will vary. Allow, block, reset, packet drop, alert. So these are all the couple of actions under the firewall level. Okay. Now I will show you tool day after tomorrow once proxy and IDS API will complete theoretically. Then I will show firewall practical demo tool, that is FortiGate. So then we can start our second thing, proxy. In network security, second topic is a proxy. So proxy also called as a web gateway also called as application gateway. So proxy, another name is web gateway or application gateway. Okay. So what exactly proxy will do? So proxy will act as a in between user and applications. It's like a mediator, otherwise also called a gate or bridge. So proxy will act as a gateway or bridge between the user and the application. So that is called proxy server. So here in the proxy side, once again, detection methods are signature based and as well as anomaly based as well. First of all, why we have to use the proxy server? What are the advantages of the proxy server? Anyone can try. What are the advantages of proxy server?
If firewall won't detect it,
Hmm.
then proxy will come into the act.
Yeah, that is one thing.
Improved network speed.
Mm-hmm. Increase the network bandwidth speed. That's perfect.
And improved
The concept of defense in defense.
attacker will not know the inside IP address within the internal employee.
Okay, first one is to control internet usage of employees. Because
Improve
every
security
application, yeah, first we can go and we can define what is the proxy, and later we can go and we can see what are the advantages we have. So proxy will act as a gateway or bridge between user and applications. So one more thing we can define, second definition, it will hide our internal network to external attackers. So another definition or another feature we can say, it will hide our internal network, nothing but internal users, internal network to external attackers. So what is mean by this one? Example, user is trying to access N of the application. User LAN IP address is 10.10.10.1. He's trying to access maybe one of the ICAR website, eacr.org. So in that scenario, first user request will go to proxy, and proxy request will verify whether it's a blocklisted or whitelisted. Then that request will forward to the respective destination, website name or application name. Okay. So 1 second, guys. 1 second. Okay, sorry guys. Yeah, it will hide our internal networks to external attackers. So meaning here, because proxy is acting as a bridge, right? So even external attacker is trying to target one of the internal server or internal user. So proxy IP address only attacker can see. He cannot see what is our internal LAN IP address or user LAN IP address or server LAN IP address. That is mean by this one. It will hide our internal network to external attackers. So coming back here, what are the advantages we have because of the proxy server? So proxy server advantages we have. So bandwidth savings and improved speeds. Bandwidth savings and improved speed. So what is mean by this one? So example, every website you are allowing in the organization level. So whenever employee is getting a leisure time or free time, they will go and they will try to download or they will try to even watch movies. This will happen practically. So couple of people, they'll open the YouTube and they will watch videos and they will listen to the songs and so on. Yeah, couple of companies, they're accepting this one. Example, Google or Facebook or some other companies, they are trying to give the entire access related to social networking websites as well. In that scenario, every employee, whenever they are getting the leisure time, so obviously some of the people, what they are doing, so they are trying to work simultaneous, they will listen the songs as well. Including in my company also, a couple of people used to do that one. In that scenario, so whatever LAN speed we have, maybe 10 gig or 20 gig or 30 gig, it will reduce the speed, right? Because you are watching, if something you are watching YouTube, it will consume a lot of bandwidth utilization. So, but if you are blocking that one via proxy, in that scenario, we can save our bandwidth as well as even it will improve the speed of the application. So that is the first thing. So second thing is to control internet usage of employees. Yeah, employees. To control internet uses of employees, meaning same thing, whatever just now explained. So same thing. Okay, so that is to control internet use of employees. That is the second advantage. Meaning here, everything. Okay, so whatever business requirement we have, according to that one, either we have to allow or either we have to block. Nothing but block listing and white listing. If are doing that particular thing, so we can control our internet usage of employees. So privacy benefits. So privacy benefits meaning here. So as I said, our internal IP address will be hide by the external attacker. So nothing but proxy will hide our internal network. So indirectly, attacker doesn't know what is the IP address and what is the username and where it is located and so on. So this is called privacy benefits, confidentiality of the user or confidentiality of the server and so on. So that is one thing. Second one, as I think Gapur said, that's correct. Improved security, nothing but defense and controls. So improved security, defense in depth controls. If firewall is bypassing in that scenario, so proxy will come into picture. So like websites blocking side. So that is also will do. So
Fine, sir. One question. So privacy benefits, which means like a cognitive mode, right? Which we hide and we do that. So
yeah,
cognitive mode.
that is also, that is one thing. Not only that one. So as I said, second definition you can see here, it will hide our internal network. Example, your IP address of the laptop is 10.10.10.1. So that is one thing. So second thing is, what is the username? Example, maybe, so x dot x dot x dot, not x dot x dot, some username, x username. Whenever attacker is trying to target this one, either phishing email or cyber kill chain process or a driver downloads using different types of tactics, first that request will come to proxy. Proxy cannot forward that request indirectly. So attacker or end user can benefit the privacy benefits, right? So what is the username and what is the host name and computer name, IP address of the machine and so on. So that is the
what
thing.
is the difference between cognitive mode and proxy? So I think both are like similar, right? So when you say that, so hide
Yes.
our internet proxy or external attackers like that.
Yeah, cognitive mode also correct. But in case if you are using proxy in our organization level, even though it is in a cognitive mode, every request will go via proxy only.
Fine, sir.
Understood,
well,
right?
Yeah, got it. Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Welcome. So these are all the couple of advantages on the proxy server. Okay. So example, not only that one, get access to blocked resources. So example, it's a genuine website is trying to access by different teams. That may be our developers or application development team or HR team or any other team. So maybe github.com, they're trying to access. In that scenario, our proxy is suspecting that one as a malicious website because it will follow signatures sometimes, even behavioral based as well. So, but that is a genuine website because developer has to access the github.com to develop the code, or if they want to customize something for existing code. So that time they will use GitHub, right? Example, maybe proxy is blocking that particular website. Now, application development team or product development team, they will give complaint to proxy team or firewall team. And then they will say, this is a genuine website, a legitimate website. okay, we are trying to access this website, and finally it is a blocking. Okay, so in that scenario, they have to provide business justification. So why they need this particular website, and we can exclude that particular website after verifying the reputation of the website. So even excluding that one, that is meaning by this one, get access to blocked resources. Sometimes whenever legitimate website is blocking by the proxy, so after checking the reputation manually, we have to allow the respective websites. So that is mean by this one, get access to blocked resources. Okay, so these are all the advantages. Coming to here, licensing option. So how we can purchase the proxy server? What are the different types of parameters we have to validate? So first thing is, we have to know about what is the LAN bandwidth. LAN bandwidth or speed, similar to like a firewall. Second one is how many number of end users are there. So that is one thing. Third one is we have how many number of applications we have in the organization level, because all the applications we want to trying to access, internal as well as external. VPN is not applicable here. VPN will not be provided by proxy. Proxy will not support any VPN. Only firewall will support VPN. Okay. So how many number of maximum sessions? Yeah, maximum sessions. First of all, how many number of maximum sessions accessing by the end users for different types of applications, not only single application. Next one is how many number of concurrent sessions, otherwise applications. So according to this particular features, we can go and we can purchase our proxy server. VPN is not applicable. So proxy will not support VPN, only firewall will support VPN. That too additional cost is involved. Okay. So these are the licensing option. What about ADR2 licensing option or DLP licensing option? How can we purchase ADR license?
Number of end
Number of
users.
endpoints.
Number of end users.
Number.
Yes, correct. Number of end users. All these are implementation and design level, but you should be aware of this one as well. So next one is what is the deployment method? How we can deploy proxy server? So this is called inline method. This is also called it as promiscuous mode. So inline method or promiscuous mode. So what is mean by inline method or promiscuous mode? In between two devices, if you are deploying device, that is called inline method. That is alternative is promiscuous method. So what about ADR2 deployment method? ADR2. Agent and server approach. What about firewall? Firewall.
Agent.
Firewall.
Layer 3 mode.
Layer 3 mode also called as
Root mode.
Root mode.
Net mode, internet mode.
NAT.
yes, correct.
High availability also.
Yes, there are total 3 or 4 deployment methods we have.
Virtual or transparent.
Right. Switch mode as well. Correct. So deployment method is also called implementation, guys. Don't confuse. That's why whenever any topic will come, I will differentiate with other tools as well, so that you can remember easily. So understood, right? Firewall deployment method or firewall implementation method is layer 3 mode or root mode, also called NAT mode. So second mode is a switch mode or layer 2 mode. Third mode is virtual wire or transparent. Fourth one is high availability mode. Fifth one is span or mirror method. Did we discuss span or mirror method?
No, sir.
Yeah, forgot to say that one. Even one more method is there. So that method is span or mirror method. Give me 1 second. I will update here. I forgot. Yeah. So last one is span or mirror method. So span or mirror method, why we will use this method? So this method is for POC, proof of concept, POC, not point of contact. So there are two abbreviations or terminology or acronyms we have. So even firewall can deploy as a POC, but it is not useful. It is only for testing purpose. So I already told you this one whenever we discussed about how to get the projects, like a sales team, pre-sales team, design team, implementation team, finally operational support team. So pre-sales team, they will go and they will do POC, proof of concept. I think but testing of the devices in the customer environment. I also give a practical example as well. So whenever you are purchasing any clothes, you will go to trial room and you will see whether it is a fitting to your body or not. Same thing is applicable to this one also. Whenever any device you are purchasing, so in that scenario, we have to go and we have to test that particular tool or device in our testing environment, whether it is matching to our requirement or not, whether dashboards and reports, whatever we are looking, it's applicable or not. So everything we have to validate. So spanner mirror method, it will IDS as well, network IDS. So spanner mirror method, normally who will configure? This one will be configured by network engineers. Network engineers. So actually topic is diverted, but I want to explain this is one of the important method. That's why. So network engineers, normally they will configure this spanner mirror method. Which device will maintain the entire traffic of the organization? Which device will?
Firewall.
Firewall, it's fine.
Firewall.
Yeah, firewall will monitor, but which device it will maintain the entire traffic?
Router.
Router also?
Gateway.
Switch,
Which switch? There are three different switches.
core switch.
Yes. Core switch or router will maintain the entire traffic of the organization. Access switch, distributor switch, and core switch we discussed. So here, normally, what is meant by this particular span or mirror method? It's a copying of the traffic. So what is meant by that one? Example, you can see Cisco 6500. So I will go to images and you can see this is one of the switch. So this switch will maintain the, for suppose, entire traffic of the organization. You can see here so many interfaces are there. So for all these interfaces, one of the interface will configure to firewall, one of the interface will configure to IDS IPS, one of the interface will configure to proxy, one of the interface will configure to access switch, one of the interface will configure to ISP router, and so on. Nothing but connection, physical cable connections. So whatever traffic is going on, enter this switch. So one of the interface you can see, example maybe interface number 2. This interface we will have to configure as a span or mirror interface. Okay, so meaning here couple of steps we have to go and we have to command line interface in the switch level. So normally switch configuration we will use a command line interface. We have to go and we have to introduce couple of commands, or we have to configure couple of commands. So who will configure that one? That one will be configured by our network engineers, nothing but routing and switching team. Example in this scenario, so interface number 2 you are configuring as a, okay, so span or mirror interface, meaning here whatever other interfaces traffic it is going on, replication of the traffic will go via interface 2. So that's called span or mirror interface, mirroring. Nothing but similar type of the traffic. How we can see image in our mirror level, same way, whatever it is traffic, other interfaces traffic, so entire traffic will go via one of the interface. So that interface in this scenario, so interface number 2, that interface we have to give to the firewall connection. So then we have to test our firewall. Understood or not? Any doubt? Replication of the traffic or copying of the traffic, it's a passive mode, it is not active mode. It is not like live traffic it is going on. So one of the interface we are copying the data, that copying of the data cable connection After configuring this example, this to interface 2, this interface 2, we have to give to firewall. So then we have to test that firewall is working correctly or not, what traffic is going on. So that's called POC, proof of concept. Even IDS, IPS also, IDS especially, will use spanner mirror method only. So there I will explain more into what is spanner mirror method. Now you can remember. So spanner mirror method, it will be used for the testing of the device. It's only for monitoring, but it will not block. Okay. So mainly for proof of concept purpose, we will use this one. Okay. So that's called spanner mirror method. Okay. Who will configure the spanner mirror method? So this one will be configured by our network engineers. So whoever is doing, who is taking care of the routers and switches. If you want, I will show that one also. Spanner mirror interface configuration. Cisco. Couple of comments they have to execute. So they will execute these comments. So one of the interface they will commit. So nothing but copying of the traffic it will go. Okay. So that is the way how normally they will execute these comments. It is not our job. Okay. This one will be done by so respect to network engineers.
Sir, sorry to interrupt you.
Yes, please.
Actually, switch is a device, for example, under OSI layer, second, I mean, data link layer, switch is a device for it will support a frame data type, right, sir? Format. So, and router, it is example for layer 3 network. It supports IP packets, right, sir?
Correct.
So here, how the packet, how it will, the core switch, how the data, net flow data, how it monitors, sir?
So basically ARP protocol it will use, it will convert layer 3 IP address to layer 2 IP address. Normally traffic will be flow in the form of only IP packets, you are right. So layer 3 switch is also called it as a router. Layer 3 switch is also called it as a router. So you can see in-guest traffic, whatever it is going on. So one of the destination interface, you can see here, there are so many ports are there. This is one of the port, this ingress traffic, this egress traffic. Okay, so this entire traffic, whatever it is going on. So one of the interface we have to configure as a span port. This span port, we have to give it to the firewall level. Now firewall in these two ports, whatever traffic is going on, same traffic, it will go to our firewall also, and firewall, we can test it. So whether that, so whatever requirement we have, what type of reports we have to see in the firewall level. So like a proof of concept. Proof of concept meaning here, before purchasing any device in our on-premise or data center level or even cloud level also, we'll go and we'll verify. So whether it is matching to our business requirement or not. Okay, so coming back to your question, even though if it is using a frames, in between frames and also it will router, these exchanges will happen based on the voice layer approach. That's why voice layer is very important.
Okay.
Yeah, coming back to here. So this once again, I will explain under the IDS. So that is our next topic, network IDS, network IPS. So coming back to here on the proxy level, deployment method is inline method. In between now you can say where we have to deploy inline method. So I said in between two devices, where proxy can be deployed in the organization level.
In between firewall and NIDS, NIPS.
Excellent. In between firewall and NIDS and NIPS. That's why I said always you have to remember network architecture diagram in your mind. So these things also they will ask in the interview. Where we will deploy firewall? I'm not asking how to deploy firewall or which type of method we will use.
Internet facing, sir.
Internet facing behind ISP router or after proxy. So one is inbound way we can say, one is outbound say also we can say. Two options, right? So example, behind ISP router will deploy firewall in DMZ zone, or otherwise After proxy, we will deploy firewall. Yeah, this is what you have to say. Option one is inbound connection point of view. Option two is outbound connection point of view. If you don't say these two options, then what he will think. Example, maybe I'm the interviewer. I'm expecting from outbound to inbound, but you are saying inbound to outbound. Example, maybe proxy itself, maybe firewall itself we can consider. So if are going from inbound to outbound, after which device will deploy firewall? After which device will deploy firewall? Proxy. But if I'm thinking something in my mind, I'm expecting answer in another way, from outbound to inbound. So that's why better you can say option one and option two. Option one, if traffic is going from inbound to outbound, after proxy, if traffic is coming from outbound to inbound, so behind ISP router. So this is what you have to say. Understood, right? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, done.
Yes, sir.
So that means that's why you have to always keep that network architecture diagram in your mind. So deployment method, inline method, this is also called a promiscuous mode. Coming to what are the vendors are available in the market? Who are all the vendors? So right now, number one is OpenDNS from Cisco. So it's umbrella. This is also called Cisco umbrella. Cisco umbrella. So next one is Zscaler. Right now it is becoming very popular. So 2 to 3 years back, we have WebSense, Blue Coat, even Citrix also, Akamai. So these are a couple of tools are available. So not once upon a time, just 4 years back, number one tool in the market of the proxy is Blue Coat proxy. Blue Coat is number one. So after that, once this particular OpenDNS is entering into the market, Citrix is entering into the market, completely their market capture is reduced because it's a very user friendly, cost point of view also it's very minimal. So right now OpenDNS, OpenDNS, Zscaler. So these two tools are widely usable proxy all over the worldwide. Even Blue Coat also, but that particular market capture is reduced. Okay. So these are a couple of tools are available in the vendor side. Coming to how to integrate proxy logs to SIM tool. How can we integrate firewall logs to SIM tool? How can we integrate firewall logs to SIM tool? Which method?
Yeah. 6 log server method.
syslog server method, that's correct. It's an entire question. How to integrate proxy logs to SIM tool? Same thing. Syslog server method. Almost all the network related logs, we will use syslog server method only. Load balancer, proxy, network IDS, network IPS, firewall, all these things we will use syslog server method. What about SOFO CDR tool?
API method.
API token management method, that's right. What about domain controller? Domain controller logs, how can we integrate? I told you already. At the time, brute force attack. Collector agent method. So now we have seen 3 different types of integration methods to SIM tool. One is collector agent method. Collector agent meaning here. So vendor will provide the software agent. That software agent we have to install on the server level. SIM tool like a SOFO CDR we discussed, agent based. So that is one thing. Second thing is we have syslog server method. Third method we discussed API token management method. So far we discussed 3 methods.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yes, please.
Actually, server logs are integrated by collector agent method, right, sir?
That's what I told you.
And syslog server, syslog also server, right? Syslog also server logs, huh?
Syslog server configuration. Syslog is one of the configuration. Syslog server method is means it's not a server, it's a configuration method name.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, it is available under the, so every network device. So example, firewall, proxy, network IDS, network IPS, load balancers. So even couple of on-premise EDR tools like a McAfee, EPO, Trend Micro, even Symantec, on-premise tools, it will support syslog. From past 7 years or past 5 years, everywhere cloud. So prior to 5 years back, so almost 90% of the log integration methods is syslog only. Whenever this cloud came into the market or came into picture, that time we are using mostly API token management method, because most of our tools, SaaS based applications. SaaS based meaning a software as a service. So Sophos EDR tool also SaaS based application. In the similar way, ServiceNow, ProPoint, Office 365, Outlook, all these are SaaS based applications that we can discuss in future. Don't worry. So far we discussed log integration methods are syslog. Second one is collector agent. Third one is API token management. This one we can discuss once again in future under the log collection method or log integration methods in SIM tool. So now, what are the information we have to provide here, guys? Anyone? What we have to configure here?
Proxy IP, proxy IP, sir.
Log into proxy server, then go to syslog option, then specify the SM tool name. Next one.
Name, IP address.
SM tool IP address.
Port number.
Port number.
Protocol.
Protocol.
Data format type.
Log format.
Yeah. Protocol. Port number. Sorry. Port number. Protocol. Next one is log format. So example, syslog is one of the format is there. And protocol is a TCP.
Port number.
Port number. What is the port number?
514.
514. Yes. SM tool IP address example 10.10.10.1. SM tool name. SM tool name.
IBM QRadar.
Yeah, example is IBM QRadar, but whatever tool we are using in our organization level, so that we have to specify. So that may be IBM QRadar or Splunk or Exabeam, whatever it may be. So whatever tool we are using, we have to specify that name. So example IBM QRadar. Example purpose, I give an IBM QRadar or Exabeam or Splunk or RSA or McAfee. So these are some of the couple of SM tool names. So this is the way how to integrate. So now, couple of use cases we can discuss. One of the server got compromised and keep on it's communicating to the command and control server. Otherwise, one of the phishing email came via URL link. In that scenario, what are the logs we will identify? Which log sources are our main log sources? One of the phishing email came via malicious URL link.
SMTP.
What are the possible log sources? SMTP server, one thing. Second thing. Next one. Next one. One is SMTP server, you are right. I'm repeating once again the question. One of the server, not server, one of the end user machine or one of the employee that was spear phishing or whaling came via malicious URL link. What are the possible log sources? URL link means what?
Email.
SMTP sir, email sir.
SMTP server is one of the log source.
Phishing
Other log sources are
Phishing mails.
Phishing mail. Phishing mail only I'm asking. I'm repeating once again. So one of the scenario example, this already discussed, right? So one of the otherwise end user is receiving email as a malicious URL link. So what are the possible log sources in this scenario? One is you said you were right, SMTP server log sources. We have to integrate. Second one,
Email security solutions.
email security solution, excellent.
Firewall.
Firewall, sir.
Firewall.
Proxy.
Yes, proxy. Main thing is,
NIDS.
first thing is proxy, we have to say. First thing, when URL means what? Application, guys. What is proxy definition? It will act as a gateway or bridge between user and application.
User and application or server.
Yeah, URL is nothing but website or application only. I thought you will say proxy. So in this scenario, main first thing is proxy. We have to give number one priority proxy. So last one, you can give this one, SMTP or other email security solutions. So first priority one is a proxy. URL related logs we will see in the proxy, even firewall also. Now we have to go on, we have to see whether user is clicked on that particular URL link or not. What is the action under the proxy? And what is the action under firewall? So email security and SMTP server will say only who are all the users are received. But whether these tools will say whether user is clicked on or not, no. User is clicked on or not will be defined by only proxy and firewall. Okay, so I will provide here also. So proxy and firewall, it will define. So whether user is clicked on the URL link or not, and what is the action it is defined if it is clicked on, and SMTP server and these two, it will define who are all the users are received that email. Okay, so this is the way how we can identify. That's why what is the function of each and every tool, it's very important. So if you are understanding that concept, then we can go and we can define. So what are log sources? From which log sources we can go and we can analyze. What about malware, guys? Malware.
Antivirus EDR logs.
Yeah, antivirus EDR logs.
NGFW logs.
NGFW logs.
Generation firewall.
Yes, next one.
Malware integration tools.
Malware analysis tools. That's
tools.
right. Yes, right. What about brute force attack? Brute force attack, what are the main log source? This already we discussed.
Activity logs and domain controller logs.
Yeah, Active Directory and domain controller, that's correct. Brute force attack, meaning here attacker will try to use a trial and error method. Yeah. So in that scenario, authentication will go to DC, domain control. What is domain control definition? Centralized authentication authorization server. Yeah. So brute force attack side is DC logs. We have to integrate in such a way for every attack. You have to identify what are the possible log sources, logs we have to analyze in the SIM tool. Okay. So why I'm giving in-depth analysis here itself. One of the interview question is, one of the phishing email attacker sent a malicious URL link to couple of users via phishing email. In that scenario, so how can you do the investigation? I'm repeating. One of the phishing email attacker send a spear phishing email attack to couple of users. In that scenario, how can you do instant investigation? What the answer, guys?
Team combination
First we will check how many users got that mail by SMTP server.
Okay.
Then you have that we will check that malicious URL link. How many users are clicked in firewall and proxy.
Okay.
then we will block it in firewall or proxy.
Then what type of data he copied means where we can check. So first of all,
Yes, sir.
spear phishing means we should understand. So what is the question normally? What is the scenario we are discussing here? So scenario is one of the
proxy.
phishing email attacker sent a spear phishing email to couple of users. So in that scenario, how can you do investigation? Whether false positive and true positive scenario, both the options. So whenever spear phishing email is coming, already clue or hint is given, couple of users. It's nothing but more than one user. So first of all, which tool will give couple of users email is received? Obviously SMTP server. So first of all, we don't have access to SMTP server. Then what we have to do? We have to go and we have to speak with email team or SMTP
Admin
server team or Outlook team stating that this is the subject line, this is the sender email address. Could you please confirm how many people are received the email? Maybe. So after confirming with them, so SMTP server team will come back stating that approximate 10 people are received the email. Now what we have to do? Okay, 10 people users, we came to know that, okay, these are the 10 people are received the email. Now, additionally, so out of 10 people, how many people are clicked on the URL link? How many people are did not click on the URL link? So obviously, which one we have to go and we have to see first? Proxy. Proxy, we can go and we can see whether 10 users are clicked on or one user clicked on or 2 users are clicked on and so on. So out of maybe out of 10 users also, maybe 5 users are clicked on and 5 users did not click on because 5 users have the security awareness training. They are aware of what it means by phishing email. So 5 people are fine. So 5 people are safe now. Remaining 5 people are clicked on the URL link. Even that 5 people who are clicked on that one, what is the proxy status or firewall status it is showing? Whether it is the blocked activity or whether it allowed activity. So example, maybe everybody activity showing as a allowed activity. Nothing but all the 5 user systems are getting compromised. Now that particular systems will go and will contact which server? Which server? SMTP. Whatever system it is got compromised because of malicious URL link, which server it will get contact?
Active Directory.
Active Directory.
The domain control.
System got compromised.
Email security.
No.
DNS.
System got compromised and it is communicating to one of the server. What is the server name? Or what is the IP address otherwise?
Domain name server.
No. Command and control server as per cyber kill chain process. Already got compromised. Meaning what? Attacker gained the access. Then who will control?
Attacker.
Attacker. What is the attacker server name or IP address? C2C. Command and control.
Command and control.
What is that one? Cyber kill chain process. Understood or not? Yeah. So then, what actions attacker has done now? Out of these 5 missions, what exactly he copied the data? How can we see that? What data he copied? What type of data he copied?
PI data.
How we can see that, where we can analyze that particular thing? What type of data he copied?
Data center.
Which tool?
FIM. EDR.
File integrity monitoring, one thing, that's correct. Any other? What type of data? So data in the form of files or otherwise data in the form of some of the messages. So example, file integrity monitoring, that's perfect. Any other?
DLP, sir.
Excellent. DLP, guys. What is DLP? Data loss or data leak prevention? So
Yes,
whatever data he tried to copy either through emails, through pen drives, or maybe through cloud or networking websites and so on. DLP logs. So everything we discussed, but you have to apply logically. You have to apply logically. So what tool is for what? So DLP, data leak or data loss prevention. Whenever attack is trying to copy something, obviously we can see in the DLP logs and file integrity monitoring logs. So in such a we have to analyze, guys. So this is one of the scenario they will ask in the interview. One of the phishing email coming as a malicious URL link. In that scenario, what type of investigation you will do? Right now, what to explain, everything you have to explain. It's one of the practical based interview question. Okay, after you identified everything, so you identify the attacker and so on. Next step, what will you do?
Mitigate.
You will block IP address. Whatever attacker IP address is there and whatever malicious URL link is there, those two things will block. Where will block IP address?
In firewall.
What about malicious URL link?
In proxy.
In firewall
that's
and proxy.
perfect. Yeah, that's fine. Proxy. This is the way how normally practical scenario based, logical scenario based they will ask in the interview. Clear, right? Right? Okay, this is one of the scenario. All these scenarios we will discuss once again. Okay, so that is about proxy part. So proxy logs are very important. So even you will do exclusions also. I told you already exclusions. One way exclusions we have to do website exclusions. Exclusion of the website, meaning what?
Allowing.
If the website is estimated one, identified as a estimated one, we have to exclude we have to exclude for blocking that one.
That's correct. So just now, 10 minutes back, we discussed couple of developers or HR team or legal team or admin team, they are trying to access one of the website. Unfortunately, our proxy is blocking because it is thinking as illegitimate. But they came back to proxy team. They are asking, we are not able to access this website. After checking the reputation, so taking the business justification, we have to go and we have to exclude that particular website. Where did we discuss exclude hash value? Exclude hash value. Antivirus ADR tool. Yeah, same concept is applicable to here also. There it is a hash value. Here it is a proxy, website or URL link. That's the difference. Okay, so this is about proxy, guys. Proxy licensing, what are the proxy? And so nowadays, as I said, our next generation firewall has inbuilt features of proxy capabilities as well. So a couple of people, they are not using a proxy, but as per defense in depth controls, as per security best practices, it's better to use a proxy as well. Okay, so because it's a 3-layer architecture. So that is about proxy. So next one we have network IDS and network IPS. So network IDS and network IPS already we discussed under the endpoint security host IDS or host IPS. There itself I provided what is meant by IDS and what is meant by IPS. IDS is an intrusion detection system. IPS is intrusion prevention system. Right. IDS will only monitor the traffic, but it will not block. Yes.
It will not.
Yeah. IPS will do monitoring as well as detection, as well as preventive, as well as blocking as well. So there are different types of IDS, IPS. What are the different types we have?
HDS, HTTPS, wireless.
Host
level
network
IDS.
That's correct. Host level, we have host IDS, host IPS. Network level, we have got network IDS and network IPS. Wireless level, we have wireless IDS and wireless IPS. That's correct. So this is dedicated to a network. Host level, we already discussed. What is the HADS, HAPS implementation method?
Agent servers.
Agent server, that's correct. What about licensing option?
Based on number of endpoints.
Based on number of endpoints. Yes. So same concept is applicable to here also. So what is the difference between these two? So there it is a host monitoring. Here it is a network monitoring. That is the only difference. So network IDS, what it will do? So it will monitor network related abnormal, malicious, suspicious activity and it will only detect the alert notification, but it will not block. That is network IDS. Network IPS, it will monitor network abnormal activity, malicious activity, suspicious activity. It will do blocking as well as preventive mechanism along with the detection as well. So NIDS we can compare with any other tool. NIDS, not NIPS.
SIM tools.
Excellent. SIM tool, that's correct. Even SIM tool also, it is only monitoring tool. It will not block it. NIPS can compare with any other tool. Or IPS tool can we compare with any other tool?
Firewall.
Firewall? Yeah, firewall. EDR. Any other? Proxy. That's correct. Web application firewall as well. That's correct. Yeah, these differences also we have to observe. So NIDS we can compare with our SM tool, because it will do only monitoring, but it will not block. Why I'm giving this much depth here? One of the person, so he attended the interview. He did a blunder mistake. SM tool will do monitoring, alerting, detection, blocking as well. So by saying this answer, what interviewer will think? He doesn't know what is SIM tool itself. Whether SM tool will do blocking? Not at all. So that's why each and every tool functionality you should understand. What the feature it will do once and so on. Okay. So now coming back here. So NIDS will monitor abnormal or malicious or suspicious activity, and it will only detect abnormal activity. So that is NIDS. On the NIPS side, NIPS will monitor abnormal or malicious or suspicious activity, and also it will detect as well as it will block abnormal activity. So that is NIPS. Now coming back, so what is the deployment side? NIDS. NIDS deployment method name is, which method, guys?
Span method.
Yes, that's correct. NIDS deployment method is span or mirror method. Just 10 minutes back we discussed. Span or mirror method. So NIPS deployment method, what is the method name? What is the method name?
Inline method.
Yes, that's correct. Inline method. So NIDS is a deployment method because only we are monitoring here. So we'll span or mirror method. Even POC, proof of concept also, just for only monitoring, not for blocking. For testing of the tools, we'll use span or mirror method. So maybe you can ask the question, then why we have to use the NIDS tool? We can use directly NIPS tool, right? We can use directly HIPS tool, right? Initially, whoever is identified the scientist, they identified NIDS. Not only because of that one, sometimes in the organization level, a couple of scenarios, we have to only monitor the traffic. There is no need to block. Example for non-critical applications or non-critical servers. So example, I want to only monitor. That's why in the organization level, we will use a combination of both. So NIDS as well as NIPS as well, both. Okay. That's all for today, guys. I can go and I can discuss completely in-depth analysis of what is the deployment methods, what is the licensing option, and also what are the different types of tools are available, what are a couple of practical scenarios, what are the policies we have to configure. So what are the detection methods? Okay, that one we can discuss in the tomorrow. Okay. So do you have any questions? Tomorrow I will complete theoretical part on the NIDS and NIPS. Day after tomorrow I will start firewall. Practical demo tool. Any questions you have? Okay, guys. Thank you so much and good night.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank
Because
you,
I
sir.
have 8 o'clock
you,
meeting is
sir.
there. That's why.
Good
Thank you
Okay,
so
sir.
much.
Sure.
Yeah.
Good night, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good night.